Ready to learn your first two chords? Okay, so chords are the one thing that as a beginner that will take you a little while to get the hang of, and they could start to test that motivation and passion that you have for the instrument as well, because you're going to get things called buzzing and stuff like that. So we'll have a look at that in just a second. But anyway, I just want you to point out that we do riffs like the riff I taught you just now, Smoke on the Water, and chords side by side. The riffs make you feel like you've got a song, which is great. Well, you do have a song. And the chords is where you need to do repetition, which I'll be showing you in just a second. So we've got two chords. We've got an A chord and an E chord, or A major and E major. They're just the same thing. So the A chord, the chord box is on screen right now, so you can have a look at that. I did teach you how to read these. I'd like you to use your little finger to start with. Your middle finger to start with, or finger number 2, on the 2nd fret on the D string, Eddie 8 Dynamite, D. And I want you to tuck it so that it's nice and close to this fret marker here, this 1st fret marker. The reason why you're doing that is because you're going to be cramming in lots of other fingers into this same fret, into this space, and it can be a bit challenging at first. So middle finger there. You're then going to take the ring finger and squeeze it underneath the middle finger and tuck it underneath. Even if you can do that, then terrific. You see they're on top of each other right now, okay? So you put that down there. And finally, your 4th finger, or pinky, tuck it underneath the ring finger and squeeze it underneath. It might be really difficult for you to do this to start with, but squeeze them all together as much as you can. It can be quite easy to do sort of this thing, so be careful, just get them all together. You can bring your thumb over the top as you make the chord, just hanging it over the top like this. Squeeze as tightly as you can, press as hard as you can, and strum the bottom 5 strings. So your plectrum will be playing those 5. Okay, so that is your A chord. Now you may want to be sort of adjusting your thumb. I mean, I'm recommending as a good start to bring it over the top here. Now you may be getting these, so I want you to strum the chord and check how it sounds. You can do that just by picking individually with your plectrum each string. Now if you're getting that sort of thing, don't worry about it first of all. Do not let it get you down. Do not think, oh God, I can't play guitar, it's too difficult. This is because you don't have the muscles to do this. But what you can do is you can try a few things to get it sounding nicer. First of all, you can press a little bit harder with your fingers. Don't make it so that it really hurts, but just press a little bit harder. See if that helps. You can push your wrist forwards a little bit. You see I'm pushing onto my fingertips. That means bringing my thumb a bit lower, admittedly, and it's a little bit of a juggling act when you're a beginner with the thumb position. I'm not going to be too rigid on it though. That will also help. And finally, you can check to see if you're not touching the bits of metal, okay? But usually for most beginners, it's just a little bit more pressure pressing harder. If the bottom string, you're getting this sort of sound, whereas it should be that sound, it just means that your little finger is touching that string. So press it down and push your wrist forward. If you can't get it sounding clean, it does not matter. It's okay, we're going to try another chord, but just keep trying at it, keep going at it, and keep picking and checking. So we're going to go from an A chord, we're now going to change to an E chord. So the E chord is on screen right now, and I'm going to be showing you an effective way of changing from A to E. So first of all, lift up the little finger. Leave the middle and ring finger down where they are, or 2nd and 3rd finger. Move this little wedge of fingers up a set of strings. So instead of being on the D and the G string, you're now on the A and the D string. So you move that little wedge up. Your index finger, which hasn't been doing anything up to now, is going to go on the 1st fret on the G string, the 4th string down. That is your E chord. Strum all 6 strings. All 6. And just pick and check how your E chord is sounding. If you're getting any buzzing, usually the most common one with the E chord is the G string is buzzing. So you can bring this so it's on close to the 1st fret marker, and sometimes it can be that this finger, the ring finger, is touching that G string. So just if you can, just push your wrist forward and try to get more on your fingertip with your ring finger. But it could be, once again, that you don't quite have the muscles to do that one as well. Perseverance, patience, keep doing your warm-up exercise. It will get there, and keep doing these chords. The first time you do anything, you're going to be bad at it. It doesn't matter who you are, where you've come from, any of that. All it matters is you just do the chord. So there's E. To go back to A, we basically do the process in reverse. So we lift up the index finger, move this wedge of middle and ring down, and tuck the little finger underneath. A. So what I'd like you to do before we get to the next video is I'd like you to practice going A to E. A to E. Strum bottom 5 strings, strum all 6 strings. And just get used to doing that.